Wingman Joker, thank you for listening to this channel and please support the channel. Please subscribe. Chapter 420, Unexpected Escalation. Everything was going perfectly. That's what Victor believed as he entered the cell behind Merill and looked at Merill for the first time. He knew it immediately. She was really his sister. Name: Merill. Level: 49. Abnormal status: Slave of the Sun Elves. Curse: SS. Class: Dragon Maid, A. Authority: 4. Strength: 141. Agility: 140. Intelligence: 150. Luck: 14. Charm: 42. Order: 0. Skills: Dragon Roar, S. Trace Eraser, S. Hide Presence, S. Bow Art, A. Cleaning, A. Cooking, A. Charm, A. Bed Warming, B. Wind Step, B. Dagger Arts, C. Knitting, C. Washing, D. Stamina Boost, E. Poison Resistance, E. Stun Resistance, F. Bloodline: Elder Dragon, AAA 50%. Blood Spirit, S 50%. Equipment: Perfectly Cursed Shackles, SS can only be removed by KOR Death. Fate: Fate's Power, E. Defined Fate: Get raped by a demon then die, E. Appraising her, he sighed. She was another poor girl with a shitty fate. And from the way she interacted with Merill, he realized that the girl was already lost. Yup, he could tell that she was in love. She looked at Merill the same way Lily used to look at him before she went rabid. Anyways, Merill was his sister, and as her younger brother, he had to fix her fate, and her crooked thoughts if possible. Watching Merill take out the poisoned pill, Victor quickly kicked it out of his hand, before replacing it with the real one in midair. Thankfully he managed to get here in time after subduing that alchemist. Watching Merill eat the pill, Victor stepped back and quickly began to construct a disguise around the room. Just in case trouble happened and Merill awakened some demonic power like Lara, he didn't want an army of angry elves breaking into this cell. After that he watched. At first, everything was going perfectly as planned. Merill's hair color changed to purple and her bloodline slowly activated and then began to evolve. Although she had that additional blood spirit bloodline that she must have gotten from her mother, the blood purification pill that was made with the Von Weiss family's ancestors' blood as a base, shouldn't affect it. So, like in Lara's case, as the process continued, the Elder Dragon bloodline slowly evolved into a Noble Dragon bloodline. And a new unidentifiable bloodline appeared with a 2% concentration. This time Victor had the power to check it though, so he quickly activated his Akashic Scholar skill and appraised it again. Primal Devil Concept SSS. What was this? A concept? What the fuck was that? Although Victor had no idea how it happened, he knew that his thing was responsible for turning Lara's Noble Dragon bloodline into a Devil Dragon. But considering, like her and Lara, he inherited this from his father, why didn't his bloodline change? Why did he gain an additional primordial demon bloodline instead? Strange. Never mind that. For now, he knew what to do. He was waiting until Merill finished her awakening, intending to feed her some of his blood and make her his slave. This would help him disguise the demonic bloodline in case it changed later, like what happened with Lara. He did consider doing this before but feared his blood would interfere with the blood purification pill, in some unpredictable way as he didn't do it. Hence he waited. Sadly for him, trouble happened minutes later. Merill, all of a sudden, opened her eyes and screamed while floating in midair. Her bloodline didn't just improve, it was awakening. Knowing something was wrong, she hurried to her side intending to turn her into his slave, but he was a moment late as an energy wave erupted from her, rocking the cell. Like Merill, Victor was pushed back, hitting the wall, and when he looked back at Merill, appraising her, he gasped. Her bloodlines had turned into a single bloodline. Devil Dragon, 100% AWAKENED. What? Didn't Lara's bloodline change after a few days? Why did it happen this quickly now? Shit, it was a good thing he had already isolated this entire cell. Victor didn't continue his thought before noticing something. That shout that sent him earlier seemed to have shattered his disguise. Not only the one on his body but the one surrounding the cell. Shit, hopefully, no one noticed. Those were his thoughts as he reactivated the disguise quickly. Thankfully Merill, who passed out momentarily, didn't notice him. Anyway, what to do now? Victor wondered as he watched Merill complete her awakening. He couldn't approach her now, fearing that it would cause some kind of a reaction. Hopefully, nothing wrong would happen. Moments later, the sound of the sirens came. Although Victor didn't know what they meant, he had a very bad hunch. Giving Merill one last look, he quickly passed an isolation talisman on the door before shifting out through it. Demons in the city, quickly secure the cells and prepare. Hurry, did they find their location? Not yet, just an energy wave. It might be a gate. We will do a scan. As he ventured outside, Victor began to eavesdrop on the guards who hurried around. Victor sweated. This was close. Thankfully no one noticed that the source came from Merill's cell, but the situation was messy. Shit, if those guys didn't find a demon soon, he was sure they would start doing some thorough investigation, so he needed to act. Giving the cell one last look, he hurried out of the prison into the chaotic streets. People were running all around like headless chickens, to find shelter. It was clear that they had no preparation for a demonic invasion. All around, guards were arranging themselves while looking around. Elderly elves in golden grabs were floating in midair all around using strange compass devices to scan around them. Those compasses were similar to the ones the Sun Temple priests were using, so Victor didn't fear them. He sighed as he hurried toward the main square where the security was even tighter. He had two choices. The first was just to make some noise and then run away, the second was to make the entire city chaotic and go all the way. Naturally, he chose the latter. Using this chance, he might as well probe how deep was the power of the elves. If the demon ran away too quickly, some people might get suspicious. He was also doing this for their own good. The elves needed to be more prepared in the future, and he was going to do them a favor. Yup, he was a good guy. Raising his hand into the air, he activated his demon bloodline to its fullest, then using his disguise, creating the illusion of a demon breaking through the sky. Moments later, that exact spot was bombarded by 1,000 light beams. Shit, the city seemed to have some kind of automatic defense. Victor quickly adjusted the illusion to make it as if the demon survived and jumped away. He couldn't make the demon get defeated this easily. As expected, as soon as the demon ran away, many guards in golden garbs began following it, attacking it with all kinds of weapons. Victor sighed as he began to follow, then paused and dodged to the side by rolling on the ground to avoid a sharp weapon heading straight for his neck. It was a death line that appeared just in the nick of time, saving him. Damn it, his disguise was blown again. How? He jumped right up and looked back, activating his disguise skill again. It didn't work. Behind him, there were 3 men in black bronze armor. Their faces are covered by helmets that resemble demons' heads. One of them, who seemed to be in a trance, had a lantern in his hand. Lantern of the Sun, SSS. Divert, all illusions. Area of effect, 100 feet. Cost, the holder will have to attract all of the illusions to himself. Shit, this thing worked not by trying to disable the disguise, but by simply deflecting it. Victor, who slowly began to step back, had never seen anything like this, but it worked even on him. Damn it, the other 2 guards, noticing Victor's movements, ignored their friend who was taking all the illusions and was in a trance looking at the sky, and directly moved to surround Victor. Shit, Victor cursed as he appraised them. They all had approximately the exact strange stats windows. Name, TAOTAOS 27 Sunslave. Level, 0. Class, Demon Warrior. Abnormal status, Sun Lord's Oath, SSS. Slave of the Sun Elves, Curse, SS. Obedient Curse, S. Dreams Suppress Curse, A. Authority, 1. Health, 9,971. Stamina, 98,440. Mana, 91,101. Strength, 997. Agility, 984. Intelligence, 911. Luck, 0. Charm, 12. Order, 0. Skills, Demonic Energy Resistance, SSS. Demonification, SSS FORCED. Spear Arts, SS. HELBARD Arts, SS. Blade Arts, SS. Throwing Arts, SS. Pain Tolerance, SS. Regeneration, SS. Fireball, SS. Fire Arrow, SS. Heat Resistance, SS. Stun Resistance, SS. Poison Resistance, SS. Sun Teleport, SS. Demonic Arts, S. Hide Presence, A. Butcher, D. Search, E. Appraisal, F. Bloodline, Demon Kin, #$## Awakened. Fate, Fate's Power, F. Defined Fate. Slave of the Sun Lord. Destiny list less than 10 order points to unveil greater than. What the fuck was a Demon Kin? Victor had no idea, but after reading this status, he knew that he had to get rid of them. He slowly started to secretly take out his trusty poison needle, then stopped. The needle was one of his best weapons. He didn't dare to use it, fearing that someone might be watching. Just to make sure, he activated his fake vision. All around him, there were all kinds of death lines, but one in particular connected both him and the 3 demon-kin warriors, and its origin was the sun. Shit, it must be that Sun Lord bastard. Why did the situation escalate this fast? Damn it. Victor didn't hesitate and directly unsealed his primordial demon bloodline to its full extent. For the first time since his return, he was going to have to fight for real. Now that he was locked onto, only in the chaos of a battle, he might get a chance to run away. Ellipsis. Merill was extra nervous as he sat in the cell, looking at the unconscious Merill while wondering what to do. Was Merill really a demon, or was this just a coincidence? Too bad she was completely cold, and he couldn't ask her. No matter what, he knew that he couldn't stay here. The situation was too risky as the moment his sisters know that he succeeded in improving Merill's bloodline, those bitches would never let her live. Seeing that the shackles that tied Merill were already broken, Merill knew that, at the moment, nothing was stopping him from taking her to his estate. There, the guards wouldn't dare to go without his royal permission. And if his plan worked, his father's summon would arrive long before that. With this, he would be able to arrange things more comfortably and his sisters would not be able to hurt Merill. The question was how to get Merill out. This was easy, but he needed to wait until the sirens stopped. After waiting for 30 minutes, they never did. What in elven hell was going on? Hesitating, Merill decided that no matter what, he should move. Staying here was not optimal. Hesitating for a moment, he made up his mind and took out a strange-looking old talisman from his ring, then taking a deep breath, he pasted it on Merill's back, blushing as he did it. He was a straight elf. A straight elf, damn it. He kept repeating that as he watched her face grow pale white as if she was a corpse. This rare talisman effect was to fake death. It was something he acquired a long time ago and had been keeping to save his life in case of emergency. He was also planning to use it to break Merill out in case all plans failed. He was not going to let his sisters get their filthy hands on her. Anyway, carrying the now dead Merill, wrapped in his coat, he slowly made his way out of the cell with an angry somber look on his face. As if he lost his bet and he was going to lose all his royal rights. He was ready to confront the guards, but to his surprise, there was none in the corridors. What was going on? He slowly descended one flight of stairs after another, but no guards were in sight. Strange. Finally, he reached the gate. There was a guard there, but he was too busy looking at the sky to notice Merill. In fact, all of the guards were there, all looking at the sky. Merill frowned and looked up. He saw nothing. What's going on? He asked, noticing the shared marks on some nearby tree buildings. Some high demons managed to evade the guards and enter the city. Now they are battling the Imperial Guards. Too bad we could no longer see them from here. Oh, anyway, wait, why are you carrying the girl out? The guard asked as he readied his weapon. The shackles on her were released on their own, Merill, making sure not to lie. Oh, the guard smirked. The shackles releasing her on their own meant that she was dead. Still you can't take the corpse, he added as he moved to block Merill. Stop me, Merill spat as he stepped forward, almost pushing the guard. The guard hesitated then stepped back to the side. It was not worth the hassle, Merill was dead meat anyway. Merill glared at the guard then walked out, headed toward Victor, while ignoring the other guards who were smirking at him. Don't worry, everything is all right, he whispered in Victor's ear as he laid Merill on his back and then began to untie him. An explosion rocked the entire city, making Merill, Victor, and the unconscious Merill be thrown away, flying along with the guards in a wave of fire. Merill quickly grabbed a nearby tree, then grabbed Merill and Victor, stopping them from crashing, and activating a defense talisman as he looked toward the origin of the explosion. From this height up he could see everything. It was a sea of flames. The city was burning. In the sky, above the position where the royal palace should be, a giant palm made of fire was struck down, and pushing it back was a white-haired demon with 2 tall horns who had a cyclone of purple flame above him.